Hello and welcome to Stronger Than Yesterday, week 4. All right, let's go ahead and get going. So, this week we're going to do a few different things. We are still going to be using medium weight, so I'll be using a band and my light weights. First thing is we have dumbbell squat with shoulder press. As you can tell, I'm stepping on the band, grab my weights, make sure my tailbone's tucked, my shoulder blades are down and back. As I turn, and we begin to squat and press, putting the two movements together. We have a medium type tempo, so we're going to go about 2 seconds down. There's no pause at the bottom, and 2 seconds up. Now, one thing that is going to be different this week is we're going to pair that with dumbbell bicep hammer curls. So we want to try to keep the same weight. So the same setup we currently have, or I currently have, I'm going to go directly into the bicep hammer curl. Now with the hammer curl, the fists are going to be facing each other. We want to make sure shoulders are back, tailbones tucked, and all we're doing is just hinging at the elbow. Now we're going to hit 3 sets of each. In each set, we're going to do 12 reps. Now, after completing the dumbbell squat with shoulder press and then going directly into the dumbbell bicep hammer curl, you can take up to 45-second rest before going back into your second set. Up next, we're going to do a glute bridge. Now, I listed our program medium weight, so we're just going to use two of our light weights, placing it either on our thigh or our hips or pelvis. Now, you'll notice that my feet are also elevated on a platform. I just so happen to have a step, but if you have a step in your house or you're doing it outside, you have any kind of elevated step, that would be highly useful, as we want to, in this week, increase the range of motion. We've already done so many glute bridges. Now we just want to just enhance that range of motion a little bit. Also increase that force production as we're pushing our heels down into the ground. Now, we are going to have a tempo with this. It's going to be 2 seconds up, 2 second pause at the top, and then 2 seconds down. So it's going to go relatively quick. We have 12 reps per set, and we are going to knock out 3 total sets. Alright, up next we have a little lower body push-pull combo. So we're going to do a split squat where we're driving that knee straight down. We'll keep the chin, tuck the chest, and just driving that knee down, pushing on that whole foot of the leg that is on the floor, pushing through the whole foot, through the toes, the heel, the midfoot, the whole foot stays in contact with the ground. I do want you to have a tempo. We got 3 seconds down. There's no pause at the bottom. 3 seconds up. Now there is 8 total reps in each set. We are going to pair this with an RDL or Roman deadlift. So really, really nice lower body push pull combo with the RDL, pushing those hips back and then squeezing all the way through the shoulders, the spine, the hips, whole backside coming up. Again, same tempo, 3 seconds down, no pause at the bottom, 3 seconds up. We have 4 total sets of the RDLs as well. Now with the split squats, it's four overall total sets. Now that's 2 sets per leg. And remember, in each set we're going to hit 8 reps, which is more than enough because of the really, really slow tempo we're going at, which is 3 seconds down, no pause at the bottom, 3 seconds up. Now, also remember, just like the very first superset we had in the beginning, with this set, we want to try not to have any rest between the RDLs and the split squats. Now, after completing the split squat and then going into the RDL, feel free to take up to 45 seconds of rest. Again, this lights up the entire lower body, even though it's only 8 repetitions. And remember, also with the split squat, I would recommend for this week we go with just body weight. Don't worry, in the weeks to come, we will include weight. But let's go ahead and just get used to the motion and just use body weight for the split squat, and using light to medium weights for the RDLs. Now keep in mind, feel free, on the programming it says medium weights. You can use light weights, and the reason for you going to either or is because you got to keep in mind we just finished doing glute bridges, so those glutes might be super sore or tired. So feel free at any point, you can always go down in weight um, than what's programmed. Up next, we're going to do a single arm dumbbell tricep extension. Now, I am using the band and I'm using my light weight. I'm placing a hand that I'm not doing tricep extensions with, placing that right in the middle of my chest. I could have placed it on my stomach. Whole purpose of that is we do not want the arch to back. We don't want that belly to flare out as well. We want to try to keep that elbow pointed up towards the sky. I know at this point we are exhausted, but keep moving forward. We have 12 total reps per set. We have 3 total sets. So that's 3 times per side. We want to also keep the tailbone tucked, soft knees, and again, just hinging at the elbow, really squeezing on that backside. Even though this is a tricep exercise, which really targets the back of the arm, because if you are using a resistance band, it adds a whole nother dynamic to the exercise, as well as by going overhead, it also really forces the entire body to work. So there's also a tempo, 2 seconds up, and there's no hold at the top, and then 2 seconds down. As always, feel free to take up to 45 seconds in between each set. Again, quality over quantity. Instead of rushing through it, I really would rather you take your time getting through the workout, okay? No matter how long it takes you, I'd rather you have quality reps versus just pushing for the sake of pushing to get done sooner. Up next, we're just going to keep it super simple and we're going to plank it out. Now, we want to make sure those shoulder blades are up against the spine. We want to make sure that tailbone's tucked. Nice flat back, as flat as you possibly can be. And it's only for 20 seconds. We only have 2 sets, so this goes super fast and we'll be done before you know it. Up next, we're going to be using a resistance band and our light weights. Now, we're going to be combining 2 movements. We're going to be combining what I call 6 inches. So literally, all that is, I want your heels together and I want them hovering about 6 inches off the ground. As always, tailbone, I want you to have a neutral spine. And when I say neutral spine, that just means tailbone tucked, shoulder blades up against the spine. Okay, we're going to hold that for 20 seconds. Right after we finish holding that position with our legs elevated 6 inches off the ground, we're going to go right into our dead bug. Now, what's different about our dead bug this week than last week is we're going to be using our weights and our resistance band. And also, I mentioned it in an exercise earlier in this week 4 session. When you add the resistance band with weights, it adds a completely different experience. Now, we'd obviously, depending on the size of your resistance band, hold it as tight as you want, as much resistance as you want. Knees are at 90, elbows are at 90. Now, one thing that I did in the video is I did move both of my arms. Typically with a dead bug, and I want to make this disclaimer, typically with a dead bug, you don't move both of your arms. But for this, I really wanted to get my back working a little bit more, and I did end up moving both of my arms. Again, typically you don't move both, but in this situation, I did. Also, we are pairing these together. So try to go straight from the 6-inch hold, which is 20 seconds, and going right into the dead bug. Again, 6-inch hold is 20 seconds, and that's just body weight. The dead bug is medium weight, so light weights in the resistance band if you have it. If you don't have the resistance band, just go up in weight. The dead bug is 2 seconds out, so bringing that arm out and leg out for 2 seconds. We're not holding, and then bringing it back in for 2 seconds. Again, if you are using the resistance band, as a completely unique experience. Great job in completing the strength portion of this week's Stronger Than Yesterday program. Now, time for the cardio section. Section is broken into 3 different areas. Feel free to pick one, or if you would like, try doing 2, or if you want to do all 3, go for all 3. Just remember, don't overexert yourself. And remember, with each movement and with each exercise, we will be stronger than yesterday. Happy trails.